Good job, buddy.
You're
welcome.
So they're claiming, and the reason they're using these private entities. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Good job.
Ciao, ciao.
Look at these soldiers coming down the stairs.
Is that the way it should be? I don't think that's the way it should be. He should have been here. As Dan said, he subpoenaed him to be here. And doesn't subpoenas
Two
mean-
powerhouses.
Shouldn't he have had to be here? Wouldn't the judge have asked and said, you know, you
Chow Kelly,
it's a case against you.
Bob Cooch.
Right now, I have to go through the process to go and get it and make you do all this work. When I could
There's
do it
another
myself.
weapon. All right.
Camera.
So he's a weapon too.
I've read them all. I got them. I have them in my backpack. In the car.
I would do this finger, this finger, that finger. Oh, you know what? She should have just kept him.
Do I have the floor now?
Yeah, go.
Okay. I don't dislike either one of you. Okay. I know I've heard some stuff. I've seen some stuff on you on video. I know you. I like all of you. I've seen all of your stuff. But this is my opinion. Okay, on the whole matter, and it's actually fact-based because I talked to thousands of voters. He can tell you I go up and down the line and talk to thousands of voters all the time. It's relentless. You don't wear a shirt like this. Go into a bar, talk to voters. I go to freaking restaurant, talk to voters. Go to freaking a market basket. I'm talking to voters non-stop. They don't know you guys. I'm out there. I'm not saying you're not out there. I'm not saying that. But listen, it's when I'm talking to voters, they know AOT and they know more. Now, hear me out, okay?
Why though? Because they're the only ones in the polls.
Okay.
They're rigged polls.
No,
No, Morse has their name's been around for a long time. He-
Yes.
Right, but how come I'm
let
not
me
getting
finish.
any
I'm not
votes?
done
Yeah.
yet. And I agree with you. I know a lot about politics. I call into a lot of radios and stations. I do a lot of research. So, you're right. They're rigged they're funded by George Soros, the Rockefellers, and corrupt organizations like Act Blue and Arbella. Okay, but keep in mind these fake polls are not just rigged for one purpose. They're also being used to set up the steal, to
Yeah,
make
of
it
course.
look impossible
Right.
to win,
Yep.
to keep most voters home
Yep.
and not vote and show up, making it look impossible, and then it's to suppress. It's voter suppression.
Of course.
Okay, that's what it's about. So to set up the steal, and then they'll say, "Hey, we told you so." But if we unify all together, we can beat AOT.
I agree.
AOT is their Trojan horse.
This is the
Believe me.
problem.
And the setup is for AOT.
So
Let me finish. I'm not
Sure.
even done yet.
Okay.
Now, I'm not just saying, hey, Bobby, I want you to kind of hear this.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I'm not saying that you just automatically unify together behind Morse and suspend your campaigns. I think you should each, because you guys, you got your following, he's got his following, and he's got his following, and we should also bring in Endemol Plant, and we say,
I
listen,
agree.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
And then you can say whatever you want. You can tell me to fuck off
No,
too.
no.
I don't care.
I like your thoughts.
But the thing is we say, Chuck, we sit down with them and we say, we want the UN out of the state. We want these 15 big cities, the smart cities, welcoming cities. We want you to campaign on this openly. And we want it on the record. We want you to not take federal money, grant money, and every other damn demand that you guys.
He already did, though. He already did take federal money, but then I got arrested over this.
Listen, let me finish. We tell them, this is what, if we're going to get behind you, we want you to say you're not going to do this, and you're going to freaking put it on the record, you're going to campaign on it, you're going to fix our election. Okay, who's the best U.S. congressman in CD1? It's Joe Kelly. He's a bulldog, period. So yeah, I don't care about what everybody's got to say. He's the fighter in that race. Okay, you want to talk why about like the other kids? No, because why don't? Okay, you want to talk about the candidates? Russell Prescott was on the executive council. He certified the fraudulent election. He's out. Okay, Chris Bright is for the Ukraine money laundering scheme, the UN, and NATO. He's out. Okay, and I can go on. Okay,
After they've been violated.
what's this other girl? Molly. I mean, she has no business in there. She doesn't even know what's going on. Okay, so now you're down to Joe Kelly. Period. But personally, I'd be better than all the candidates in both districts.
Why aren't you running?
Because I was too busy fighting for everybody else. Okay?
That's the problem. We need people to step up.
The thing is it's too late now for me to run it. Okay?
Right, yeah, it's definitely too late for you to run. I've been running.
Okay? So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So now, from being involved so many years, I've really educated myself enough to realize, wow, I'm actually a better candidate than any of the people running. Maybe I should consider it now. But a couple of years ago, I wasn't. You have to work at it. And even though I didn't, I'm going to continue getting my exposure out there and fight.
So you're doing the same thing I'm doing.
Exactly.
Well, then, I mean, that's great.
But if I was in the race late, I would have to say to myself, I got to step out of this thing and I have to unify it and look at it in a different direction. If I was in you guys' position, I'm telling you right now, I would try to use my power to get what I want from Chuck. That's what I would do. Blackstone is bankrolling Kelly Ayotte by awarding her stock money, which then can be sold to fund her campaign.
Yep.
Millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Over 100 million, I think.
Yeah, so that's what's going on, right, Kelly?
Maybe you should go to pay the victims of the YDC lawsuit.
Yeah.
Replenish the $100 million fund.
Damn
Coming up.
Yeah.
You know, and on top of it, David
Vincent Anzo.
Yeah.
They were both involved in the Catholic priest scandal.
He's a two-time donor to guess who? Blackstone Kelly Ayotte. So was he really fighting for the kids, Kelly? Was he really fighting for the kids?
Of course not.
Absolutely not.
So he defended the Catholic priests, and one of them was he was the chaplain at YDC.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's funny how David Vincenzo defended the Catholic priests. Now he's representing the victims of the YDC suit, and Ayotte and him were both involved in the two largest sex scandals in the history of the world that is known. And there's probably a bigger one, but
and there's parallels, okay, with when you start talking about Kamala Harris, okay, and parallels with
that's the actual word.
Well, whatever.
I know people have been.
and Kelly Ayotte, they're both dirty attorney generals. Even she in San Fran buried a case with a sex scandal with priests in San Francisco. She buried the case. So you see the similarity right there? And on top of it, one's for price control, and the other one's going to be for rent control because she's working for Blackstone.
Buying up all the houses, property. Yep.
Group Management LLC, who are the biggest landlords in the country, who are going to be for rent control, to suffocate and destroy all the small landlords, and they'll buy them all up with globalist money.
More than that.
That's what it's about.
More than that.
And on top of it,
it's going to be for all the police
on the
doing
border,
whatever they
they're
want.
very similar on the border.
Believe that.
One is for open borders, Kamala's for the open borders, and what did Kelly do? She voted for amnesty for illegals, all right? So and she's saying we can trust her on the border? Come on. Is anybody home? I mean, she look at one was on the left of socialist communist Bernie Sanders, Kamala, and who was just barely on the right. Go look. In the last year in the U.S. Senate, she scored a 25. Bernie Sanders was a 20. Unbelievable. She voted 75% of the time with the Marxist Communist Democrat. She's a Democrat. You know, so what are we talking about here? Right?
Talking about politicians who
Yeah.
say anything to get elected and then do the opposite.